And welcome to Kolor, and we are going to start a not start because I'm just going to do this carriage here. um so this is out of Romantic Country, the second tale. And so what I did was, when I first got, around the first time I got the Crayola color pencils, this was one of the first pages that I did with those. And I still need to work on it. It's been months. But I made the castle pink. So then I watched Frances from Coloring F, and she did a page out of one of the Romantic Country books, and it was pink, and she said it was I thought she said Cinderella, but it was Sleeping Beauty. She said castle in France is pink and blue. And so I said, well, dang, I did this castle pink on this page here. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I can do it again then. So I decided to do it again. But this time intentional, with the intention of it actually being that color, because I just wanted to do pink at that time. I didn't know, like, there was a castle that was pink and blue. So I did this castle here with the color scheme. All right, and it's just two different blues, a black. This here is black and white. The curtains is silver. This is in Prismacolors. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I want to make this carriage super girly. So we're going to take our Prismacolors, and we are going to use our Permaviolet. And so I'm going to do this part here in the Permaviolet. I already kind of filled that first layer in. And then this accent is going to be gold. Alright, and then we're going to do pink. And so I figured here will be pink. So this area here is pink. And then this area here and here will be pink. And then this here, purple, pink and pink maybe? Or should we just keep all this purple? I think maybe we keep it all purple. And then we'll just make that either pink or we'll just do the whole thing gold. So that's the plan. So let's put in our gold. So I like to get the gold out of the way just because when I go over the line a lot, and so when the color, I got some other colors on this. So when the color is see, there's a blue coming from somewhere. So when the color is oh, I know where it's coming from. It's coming from here. Here we go. So when the color is lighter, I like to try to put that light color in first, because yeah, see, it's blue all over the place, which I probably won't be able to get out because it's been coming off all over the place. So probably going to just have to deal with it. I like to lay the lighter color down. I'll still go over the lines and probably get some pink into it or some purple into it, but it won't be as bad. So that's why I'm just going to go ahead and do the gold, or at least put in my first layer. I don't know why it makes a difference, but it does. If I already have something there. And then for the curtain, we can use the purple too. Like right here. And I think that'll make for a very pretty, girly carriage. I could have did, you know, like a light blue and or kept with the pink and blue. But I feel like pink and purple. We'll probably add some, maybe we'll add some black in somewhere, or I don't know, like up in here, but probably not. We got gold, so that should be enough. And the gold that we're going to use for this is going to be Canary yellow, goldenrod, and Sienna brown. And that's going to make for a really nice gold color. And I'm not being careful right now because we're just putting down the first layer of color. Really don't need to touch that right now. I'm pretty good with it. I think, even though my hand, I got a little bit of blue in here, I'm trying to get some of it off. So it don't turn it green. We're not looking for green, we're looking for gold. And then these little accents here, of course, are gold. And then I'm also doing a page out of Country Charm, and that is done in markers for Biblio Marker Madness. Let me turn the TV down. I do have a small set of, I think it's like maybe 12 Crayola Super Tips. And they're pretty juicy, so I may get a bigger set. It is on my wish list, so I put it there in case I decide to get a bigger set. So I had a few markers on there. I always contemplate on whether or not I should try to get into markers, because y'all know, if you haven't noticed, I am very much a pencil person and I love pencils. I just love working with the pencils. It's my favorite medium. And I want to become very proficient in it. I want to master this medium. Okay, so that is our gold. Now, should we make this gold as well? Because we could. We absolutely could. Or we could use one of the other, either the pink or the purple for this area here. I'm not sure. And then for the road, I am using Crazy Heart Warm Gray. And so that's why that's not finished, because I've just only finished the road on the other page, and then I had to take a break because, you know, that takes a while to do when you're using the Crazy Arts, as opposed to the lighter lead pencils, which is why I like the lighter lead pencils. But I do like my budget pencils. They get the job done. It's just, you know, like I always say, it just takes longer to get done what you want to get done. All right, so I don't know. We'll just leave that for now. So we are doing, let's put in our purple. So this is Perma Violet 1008. And so everything is going to look a little off until we layer up, and then also once we start adding the darker colors of the gold, and that's when everything will really come together. So sometimes when you're coloring, you're like, oh, it's not looking how I want it to look. Sometimes you just have to stick with it, because the colors may look off until you start deepening the colors and adding more to it, if that's your goal. If you're just going to do one layer of color, or you straight color, then you may have to think out your color choices in a different way. But I don't straight color, so I can't really offer any advice on that. The only time I kind of straight color is when I do use markers, like I'm using markers in that Country Charm book, but I'm also going to go over that with pencils, so that doesn't really count. I'm going to add some depth and stuff to the picture, because like I said, I only have 12 colors, and they're the basic colors. So I have a red, but I don't have a dark red. It's just red, blue, green, yellow, you know. I don't have any blender colors. So So I'm going to go in with pencils on that page and work on that. And I'll probably film another page with marker at some point, because I do need to use my markers and get better with them, because as much as I go out of the lines with the pencils, oh my goodness, y'all, it is horrible with markers. Like, I'm so bad at staying in the lines when it comes to markers. It's like it's bad. It's not good at all. Okay, so that's our perma violet. Well, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use the pink. Now for the castle, it looks pink, and it is pink in some areas, but it's actually peach. It's not a... And then for the shadows, I use pink. But the house is, the mansion or the castle, whatever you want to call it, is actually pink. I mean, I'm sorry, actually peach. It's this color here, PC 939. Because, excuse me, I wanted the house to be pink, and I didn't want to... I have, like I said, a limited amount of colors. So if I wanted to add shadows, I would have had to use either processed red or like mulberry. But I didn't want it to be that dark, so I used peach instead. And I knew that when I did the shadows in the pink, then it would read as pink. Your first thought would be pink, not peach. I had the burps because I've been drinking tea. So I think I'm gonna make this cushion maybe pink. Cut this here pink, because it should be a cushion. I mean, she's not gonna be that mean of to her driver to not have him on cushion. So it'll give him a cushion right there, and then that'll be gold, and I think that'll work. So that's our first layer, and so I'm just going to go ahead and just start filling in the color. And I definitely, when I get to the horse, I'm going to have to use an eraser. So now I'm going to take my mulberry and deepen the color a little bit. Then take my pink and try to blend that out so there's no harsh lines. That's good. Now for this crack in my pencils, in case you all see that, is not the pencil fault. I'm sorry about that, nail. I was doing something and the polish came out. It's my fault for the way that I sharpened it, because none of my other pencils did this, and it got stuck in my pencil sharpener. So I really haven't had any problems with breakage or sharpening my Prismacolors. So I guess, you know, it's the luck of the draw, maybe, because, you know, I've heard so many people complain about how their Prismacolors break on them and they won't sharpen. And I really haven't had any problems with mine other than what I've done and sharpening them wrong, because I don't use the right size hole. Like, I'm supposed to use that, but it doesn't really work that well on this pencil, on these pencils. Like, I don't think it goes in all the way or something, but it doesn't work well. So I have to use the bigger one, but then I could just use the side, but I don't. I go right up against the blade, if you can see that right in here. So I could use a better pencil sharpener, but all I have is my hand crank, and I really like it, but I'm trying to, you know, make my pencils last, especially these Prismacolors last, until I get a bigger set. And so the hand crank can eat up a pencil, so that's why I don't use it. For my Prismacolors anyway. I use it for my Crazy Arts and my Crayolas. But for the Prismacolors, I use the in-hand pencil sharpener, because it makes a shorter point. My hand crank makes a really great sharp point, but it's a long sharp point, and I just, like I said, want these to last. So I go for a short point, and then you all know that I'll color with a dull, blunt tip so bad. I know some of y'all are like, oh, well, she's sharpened that pencil already. But I can just keep that, especially if I know I'm not going into a tight spot. I'm not sharpening it. I'm gonna keep that blunt tip. It's another reason why I go out the line, but that probably contributes to me going out of the lines all of the time, because my tips be so doggone dull. Okay, I like that. And then what I think I'm gonna do to blend out that is use the peach. So let me show y'all. So now I'm gonna use the processed red, which I don't know why it's called processed red, because it reads pink to me. I don't know what processed red is. See, I'm going all up in that into that gold. That's gonna cause me a problem. Dang. Oh, I'm glad I said dang. See that? because that is not what I want to say. Okay, I guess I need to sharpen it. Let me use the hand crank. That didn't make it that sharp. That should be all right. And the thing is, I need to buy an eraser. See, but Prismacolors don't erase well, so erasing really doesn't fix the problem. So I'm adding my shadows. And then I am also doing a page in Magical Jungle because it's Magical March. Magical Jungle has magical in the title, so I'm counting that as Magical March. And so I was watching Sky from Dream in Color, and she's doing a page in Magical Jungle, and I couldn't decide what page to do. So when I saw her do the page that she's working on, I decided that that's the page I'm going to do. So thank you, Sky, if you watch my videos, which I don't know if you do, but if you do, thank you. Because I wasn't sure. I was going back and forth and just looking in the book, and I couldn't figure out what page I wanted to do. So I've started that page as well, and we'll see that in a video too. I don't know what I'm going to do with the background of that page, but I'm not going to concern myself with it at the moment. Dang. It's hard. Plus, you know, I have a eyesight problem, so I don't always see as clearly as I could because I have to blink a lot to get things to focus. So I went over, but we'll fix it. It's just coloring. It will be fixed. That'll just be an area where I'll use probably the Sienna brown. And just darken that area up like it was supposed to be that way. Okay. Okie dokie. Now we're going to take I press this red again. And it's all about putting in the shadow. Ugh. I am glad that I already put in my yellow though, because it would have been even harder had I not put the yellow in already, because then it would have made, when I tried to put in this bright yellow, it would have made it look orange. So that's why I made sure that I did that first. Okay, I'm gonna probably hold off on, well, I'm saying hold off and then I go right to doing it, so might as well just finish it. Okay, so that's good enough for that. So now I'm gonna take my peach, sharpen it just a little bit, and I'm gonna blend, well, not even blend, I'm burnishing out my pink and taking some of that brightness from the processed red and take some of that out as well, because I don't want that sharp of a contrast. I just want it to look darker around certain areas. So how I do that is just to go over all of it, including the processed red lines, and that will soften them up a little bit. So that's it right there. Okay, and so go in, I know I need a little brush to get rid of the little dust things, but I always forget when I go to the store. Okay. So again, going into and around and just blending and layering and I can't think of the other word. Burnishing. And I probably should have did my pink the way I did the pink on the castle and just did peach and then did a pink and not use this processed red. So you notice the difference in the lighting of the video right now, and it's because my battery is low, which means I'm going to have to stop the video. But that's okay because we're further in than I thought anyway. We already got a half an hour in. But see, that's coming along really well, really well. Let me see what our battery look like. Oh yeah, it's low. So I think I'm going to stop the video here, and then we will come back and we will finish up our carriage. I will have, hopefully I will have the road done and our horse done, and then we can do the bushes in the roses maybe. But really I just want to, we may just do the carriage and be done with it. I might do everything else off camera, and we'll move on to doing Magical Jungle. Okay, so that's our pink. So I'm going to end the video here. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will be back and we'll finish out this carriage. All right, thank you guys. Bye.